Now, let me get some things quite clear at this particular time. Um, the game was not televised. That's number one. And number two, I was able to turn to the NFL Network, and I was able to watch the remaining of the fourth quarter, which was like 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter. The Eagles had the ball, but only thing that they were able to manage to get out of it was just a simple field goal. And that made it 31-37. So I got some things to get off my chest about the team and pretty much about the game and the way it was played today. First of all, from what I last seen, Carson Wentz threw for over 300 yards, which is the first time since week one, or might have been, I would say week one against the Washington Redskins, that he had thrown for over 300 yards. 3 touchdowns, and I think he threw 1 interception. That's what I want to say. I might be wrong on that, but all I know is that he did threw 3 touchdown passes, which is the most that he's thrown in a season this year. The most he had thrown was like 1 or 2 scores, and 3. So this is pretty much a season high as far as yards and touchdowns completed. The running game, from what I've seen, was subpar, but they had everything going in the first half, and I don't understand what happened in the second half. I don't know if it was adjustments, or was it defense, or was it offense. I don't know, but from what I've seen on Facebook and a lot of people that are so-called Eagles fans, or should I say fair weather fans out there, they had a lot of things to say about Carson Wentz. Here we go again with this again. Trade Carson Wentz. Let Carson Wentz go. Why y'all pay him all this money? Why is he messing up like this? I mean, y'all continue to rant a whole lot about Carson Wentz, but you got to understand it's a team effort. It ain't just Carson Wentz. You got the offensive line, you got the running game, you got the wide receivers, the tight ends, the running backs. You got the coaches, defense and offense, secondary coaches, offensive line coaches, special team coaches, defensive line, linebackers, safety coaches, defensive back coaches, yada, yada, yada. The defensive line, the front four, you got to get the linebackers, the safety, and the defensive backs. These guys is a team effort loss. You just can't put it on one guy. Y'all constantly saying this and you're constantly doing this again. I don't understand what the deal is. But y'all need to get y'all act together and start supporting this team, because this is the Philadelphia Eagles. I've been a part of this team for 39 years. And I don't understand why when I make comments about the team, people giving me finger gestures and saying, fuck you, James, or fuck you, D-Rock. I mean, wow, really? Now, personally, I really don't have anything to say to those folks, because apparently they are more on the emotional high than I am. Because, see, look, y'all got to understand, I've been part of the team for 39 years. I'm 48 years old. So that should give you some opportunistic thought of how young I was when I became an Eagles fan. And I'm not gonna let this these losses get to me, because I really don't have time for it. Like I said, I'm 48 years old. I don't need to be going to the hospital with no high blood pressure, no brain tumors, no heart attack, nothing like that that's gonna cause my blood to boil. I ain't got time for it. So if you feel or if you up in your feelings or in your feelings about a game that you cannot control, or the team is not paying you for, you may well just get off the team bandwagon and just bye bye and find yourself another team to go to. Because see, the situation is this. The situation is this. Y'all got to understand. It is what it is. We are a bad team. We trying our best to win these games, but you can't win them all, and you also can't lose them all. So, I mean, y'all need to really stop out there. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we did good in the first half. Second half, we just lost it. It is what it is. We've been that way all year. We don't got high on some games, or in the first half, in the second half, we wind up dropping the ball. It is what it is, folks. So with that being said, I'm gonna leave you all with some thoughts in mind. If you have an issue with the Eagles, leave them. Because it really doesn't make no sense to be talking the way y'all are talking out there. It really doesn't. The boy did his best. There's so many things I could talk about. I could say that that Mills, looking back at the quarterback and wasn't looking at the guy that he was manning, or I could say defensive backs not watching their receiver or not watching the guy that they're watching, or I could say defensive line missing tackles, missing sacks. I can say Carson Wentz missed a bunch of balls. I can say that he fumbled some balls, and from what I've seen, he did not fumble a single ball today. He just threw one interception, so that part of him is correct. He just threw one pick. I can say that the offensive line is not blocking well. I can say wide receivers dropping balls, not catching balls, not blocking downfield on the run game, and running back not catching the balls out of the backfield. I mean, I can say so many things about this team that is so wrong, but I'm not going to, because we currently stand at 5-7. We are now officially 2 games behind the Cowboys. We were 1 game, but now we're 2 games behind the Cowboys. So I mean, the way it looks, there is 4 teams in the hunt. That is the Panthers, the Rams, us, and I want to say Detroit. That's what I want to say. I could be wrong about Detroit, but I know it's four teams in the hunt, and we won those 4 teams at 5-7. And there's one, and I know that there's 2 teams above us that's 6-5 and 6-6. I'm not sure exactly which one they are, but those 2 teams right there are better off to go into the wild card, because see, it has to be at least 4 games played before teams start branching out to the home field team. So there's so much to be said about what has happened in this game, but I'm not going to. I mean, there's so many things to complain about. I mentioned to you guys already, so it is what it is, folks. I mean, another thing, I can say that they missed the field goal, which is what happened, and that field goal came back to hunt us. So it'll probably be a different story. It'll probably be 34 and 37, 31, 37. So I mean, the score could totally look different. It had the field goal not been missed. So I mean, it just goes to show when you miss field goals, it can come back to haunt you, regardless if you miss 1 or you miss 2. But if you miss 1 or miss 2, you better have a damn good offense that can bow downfield to get touchdowns. But in this case, it wasn't the Eagles, and we couldn't do it. So we just ran up on a buzzsaw, and the Miami Dolphins, who are currently now stands at 2-9, I believe, because they got their second win or third win against us. They either 2-9 or 3-9, one. I'm not sure exactly what their record is, but it is a pathetic record compared to ours, because we currently stand at 5 wins and 7 losses. So the next 4 games are now vital. If the Eagles are going to have any shot of making the playoffs, they're going to need one of them teams in the wild card race to lose. And that's where we stand at this particular moment. Because the two wild card teams in the I think it's Seattle and I want to say the Saints. I want to say I could be wrong, but I know one of them teams is Seattle. That I do know. Them two teams in the wild card race. So for us to make it, one of them teams in the wild card race will have to lose, and the two teams that stand at 6-6, 6-5 will have to lose as well. So that is where we currently stand at this particular moment. So as bad as that sounds, we gonna need a card and a prayer to make it to the playoffs. Even if we even get that far. Cause last year we were 9-7 and made the playoffs. So look like we're about to revert to back to 9-7 or 8-8. But it is what it is, folks. Like I said, I can't complain. It was a good season, or well, not a very good season, but it was a subpar good season. I'm gonna put it at that. So until then, holler at you. Peace. One love.